Hmm. Hello and welcome back to the stream. So, yesterday was a little bit frustrating, but I managed to do what I was trying to do. That was get the intro sequence done in the player in the player home level, player house. This level. So what's gonna happen, I think, is if I click play here. Oh, let me check my test. All right, good. Okay, so it all works. And then I remembered that if I look at this, the game crashes. Oh, never mind. Apparently I fixed that. Oops. I'm stuck in the tutorial. All right. Let's see if I can fix this little tutorial sequence thing. Well, it's not a sequence. It's like you use the laptop and then it shows some on-screen text that basically tells you how to do certain things. So far, it works pretty good. The problem is that if you try to exit, it like well, the frame that you exit is the same frame that it like checks for input. So like it exits and puts you back into it all in the same frame, which is a problem. I usually get around this by adding like a 1 frame delay, and I think I'll probably just do that right now, to be honest. Let's see if that works. Okay, that works. So now 2 frames after you click the exit button, it exits out. That seems to be good. Next thing I'm going to test is the door. Now, since there's so many doors in this game, I'm actually tempted to actually just make a door script. I might have already done that, actually. I'm not really sure. Uh-oh. Can't move. Okay, then. Yeah, doors are broken. Hmm. Let's take a look at this door. Okay, so this door is a instance of whatever this is. Okay. So I think that for doors, I should make just one script instead of doing that thing that I've been doing where I like connect a bunch of scripts together. So my methodology for a lot of this project is I have a bunch of scripts that have a function in them called activate. That script only has one function, and it is activated when the activate function is called. What this allows me to do is it allows me to connect a bunch of little scripts together that do one thing. I have this activate children script. What that does is it goes through all child objects in that script and activates the activate function. It also applies an optional delay just in case you want to just in case you like input something and you want the input to not be applied to like a child object. And when I say input, I mean like player input, like you press space or A to like continue. And then there's like a child object which also has an A to continue function. And you don't but you don't want that one to function or to activate because you just entered it, right? But what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking of making a dedicated script just for like doors. Also thinking of making an actual mesh for this instead of using an oddly stretched cube. Actually, I think this is just a cube. This is just like a low poly sphere, and this is just another cube here. Man, I went really basic with this, didn't I? Should I actually do it? Should I actually open Blender and just make like a door? I can, but you know what? I'll just save this for later. I'll just I'll leave it alone for now. But since this particular door is a what do you even call this? It's like a prefab. It's called a prefab in Unity. And this is like the instance of that prefab. I don't think they're called prefabs in GODOT. Oh yeah, they're called packed scene. Since the door is just a packed scene that basically teleports you to the other side after playing animations, and it's always going to be the same every time, I think I might as well make a script that does that. And then that way, because like, the thing is, I oftentimes edit these scripts, changing their functionality to be different from, and then sometimes by editing the script, it breaks the functionality and I have to go and fix it. If I make a dedicated door script for all doors, it won't be vulnerable to those sorts of changes. And it'll be pretty easy to write too. I could pretty much just copy all the functions of these and put them in that script. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to new script. I'm just going to call it door.cs and I'm going to put it in scripts. This isn't organized very well. Where should I put it? I'll just put it in the scripts folder, just raw. And here we have a default C# script. This is what you start off with when you first make a script in C# in the Godot engine. Apparently got some updates in VS Code. Element with ID solution is already registered. What? I don't know what that means. Okay, so no, I think we need. So I'm going to start off with making a reference to the area nodes. Entrance A. Entrance. Oh wow. And that wasn't quite right autocorrect, but you almost had it. Sometimes I'm fascinated, but well, now it's recommending private area entrance C, but I'm not going to be doing that because the door only has 2 possible entrances. Private spatial exit A and private spatial exit B. My plan. So this is already functionality that exists here. But my plan is for when you press A or space or activate or whatever on entrance 1, it'll lock you into position, play the right animations, and teleport you to exit A, which is on the other side of the door. And then entrance B is going to be exactly the same, but with exit C. That's the plan. That's what all these scripts here do, and that's what I'm planning to make less breakable, so to speak. Public void in here. Now, so how exactly should I do this? Oh, here's another thing I need. Private timer. Oh, and of course I need to actually instantiate it. I need to actually like get all the stuff that need to actually make. I need to establish these references. I think for a timer, I'm actually going to create a timer node through script instead of like making one in editor and then making a reference to it. Why is that? I prefer to have less nodes in the editor. As strange as it sounds, by the sheer number of nodes that I make, I think that reducing their total number is probably an overall positive thing. Makes things less complicated, less likely to break. Because like this system is convenient for me. It allows me to basically treat my scripts as building blocks. It's kind of like visual scripting in a way if you think about it. Visual scripting without like a big node graph. But the downside is that if I edit a script, that can break a structure, a node tree structure that relies on the functionality of those scripts to work properly. I'm getting rid of spaces, by the way. I prefer to use tabs. I hear that some people like to use spaces in their code, but I'm a tab guy. I prefer tabs. Okay. Right. Yeah, I forget how this works. I've done it before, but I forgot how to do it. Allow me to consult one of my previous scripts just so I can figure it out. And I'm probably gonna be copy pasting some of my own code. Oh, never mind. If A is true, then use entrance A and exit A. If false, use entrance B and exit B. Okay. Oops, didn't mean to do that. If using entrance A, I'm gonna have to rename some of these animations, I think. And then wait, no. Animation player. Animation finished. Okay. Okay. Disable. Disable player movement. Input. Play back animations for door and player and teleport player to exit. So that happens here. The reason I'm teleporting the player to the exit right away is because the animation for opening the door assumes that the player is like, it's kind of hard to explain, but it uses like a root motion. Maybe I could probably I'll just show it to you. I'll just show it to you. Where's the player? That's not the player. That is not the player. Here he is. Okay. So the player is normally over here, but when you open a door, the way I have my animation set up for this is like this. So as soon as you open the door, the character moves. The character model moves off center, and then this plays. What the heck? Why is that? Why is this knife sticking out of his crotch? Anyways, yeah, that's basically how the door animation works. That was weird. Why is his knife sticking out of his? I don't know. I don't know why that happened. It just happened. I need to investigate that the whole animation situation with the knife. There's a bunch of little things that I've been putting off fixing, just because of how many possible little things that could be causing it. Okay, so anyways. To finish. Next, we wait for the door animation to finish. And when it is finished, we re-enable player movement and input. And that's pretty much it. I think an animation tree is overkill for this. I should just be addressing the animation player directly. How's my computer volume? It's a little quiet for me. So I just turned up the physical volume on my computer speaker, so you're probably not gonna notice any difference. It was just in my ears. The sound was really quiet, but yeah, there is a door animation. There is a door sound. If you're wondering why the door opens both ways, it's because I just took when I created the the other animation, I just mirrored the original one. I didn't feel like making like a version where the door enters inward. Or yeah, inward. Even though real life doors only typically open in one direction. It's just saving some time and in my animation work. So anyways, let's rename these animations. So it should be A, and this one should be B. I think I should delete this and this. Now I have a lot less nodes in the editor. Still not quite done yet. I need to actually name these properly. It's A and it's B. Set A, set B. Make these unique. Okay, let's see if it works. Uh-oh. I made a boo-boo. There we go. If you're wondering what that vibration is, it's my it's the laundry machine, washing machine, and the dryer. It's shaking up the house. All right, it kind of worked. Problem is, the entrances are in the wrong locations. But I should be able to fix this by just like that. Wait, no. That's not gonna solve the problem. Yeah, it's just gonna do the same thing. Oh, wait, no. Wait, no. It is work. Hmm. Certainly something weird going on. Oh, duh. That should have been obvious. I don't think that's gonna solve the problem that I'm having right now, though. I think this will solve it. But I have to recompile and then do it. Oh, wrong scene, wrong scene. It's not gonna do anything. Hmm. There we go. Can I go back? I can. I should fix the door animation because the player like faces through the door. It was kind of rushed when I made it. Okay, things seem to be working. I'm just gonna walk around the house and see if I can find any issues. Doesn't seem to be too broken anywhere. Right. Oh, never mind. That was a little bit weird. Excuse me. Okay. So I'm going to take a look at this interaction here. Okay. So you interact with mom. Checks the number of times you've talked to mom, which by default is 0. That is 0. Then it does this one. This is the text that shows up, or these are the IDs for the text that show up if you haven't talked to mom yet. Hmm. Well, I just realized that the progress for the intro sequence didn't get saved when I saved the game, because the value, or actually the value for the quest item or quest status that dictates this intro sequence never gets updated. So let's fix that. Giver quest go outside. That should be good. So now it's going to do that sequence. And now I think that if I save and then load it back up, I shouldn't have to go through that again. And I was right. Uh-oh. Okay, perfect. By the way, I deliberately made it so that you can't walk into the camera. There's like a invisible thing here that prevents you from touching it. And the reason for that is because the game behaves weirdly if you're directly under the camera. It doesn't know how to, because it does that because it doesn't know how to calculate forward properly. Because the forward direction is in this game that I'm making is based on the direction that the camera is facing. But if you like walk backwards to the point where you like walk through the camera, suddenly you're behind the camera and it snaps around. And then forward is the other direction. And then if you keep pressing down, the player just kind of spazzes out and the camera spins around. Yeah, it looks kind of, it looks very weird, very unpredictable. So I just made it so that you can't actually like, I made it so that in these fixed camera rooms, you can't walk into the camera. I guess it's not a fixed camera perspective, but rather a fixed camera position, because it still like rotates around. It's like the Castle Town Market in Zelda Ocarina of Time, or pretty much every indoor room in Ocarina of Time, with the pre-rendered backgrounds. Except this isn't pre-rendered; it's all just there. All right. Anyways, let's check and see if that thing that I tried to do is working. I just ate a cookie. Move right away. Why is it? The question is, why does it take so long for me to get control of the player after eating a cookie? I feel like it shouldn't take that long. try and figure that out before the end of the stream, which is in about 5 minutes. Oh, I see what's going on. I'm waiting twice using two different styles of code. I really like using the yield await functions. It's way easy to write functionality that relies on like things that happen over time. I personally prefer it to using timers. Let's get another cookie. Okay, that's good. Uh-oh. Okay, that's another bug. So with cookies, if you press the button really quickly, you eat one and it restores some health. If you press and hold it, you show it to the person in front of you and maybe you can bribe them with the cookie. It's not really implemented anywhere, but you can hold it in front of you and it will like, there's like an alternate interaction system that like checks whatever item that you happen to be holding out. And in that case, it happens to be the cookie, but I don't think anything, actually, no, that's a lie. That's a lie. There is one system that responds to holding it like an item out, but it's not a cookie. It's like a different thing. It's not a lie. Just I wasn't thinking about it at the time. And I forgot like I had it there. Technically not a lie. It's not a lie if you believe it at the time that you say it, right? All right, so all right, let's check the show item function again. I think the reason it broke is because I edited it at some point and I forgot I didn't test it. It was like that for a long time, probably. All right, I have to actually get a cookie. So in this game, if you talk to your mom, she gives you 5 cookies. I'll end the stream when this works. Really sorry about that messy, disorganized code. Wrote that probably a long time ago, and I should probably rewrite it. It's super messy. Food consumption works. Showing. Seems like this item doesn't do anything here. Perfect. I should fix some of the UI stuff because you're supposed to see a cookie icon over here, but you're not. So clearly it is broken. Next stream. I think I'll fix the UI next stream. Actually, what do you think about the idea of like a UI overhaul? Because there's a lot of stuff that I need to alter. Fairly recently, not super recently, but fairly recently, I overhauled the equipment screen. There used to be like a 3D render of the character over here. I'll probably re-add it, but for now, it's not going to be here. I added it because I thought it would look cool, and the plan was for it to update based on whatever you had equipped. But for now, I'm not gonna. I'll do it some other time. go. Sadly, there's going to be a bunch of empty space here for a little bit. But I don't think it's a huge deal. I'm just tired of all those buttons being stretched. Alright, anyways, that's probably all I'm going to do for today. Have a good night. I'll see you next time.